Welcome back. I'm glad you are here. If you are paying a shop for simple repairs, you are losing money every single year without realizing it. Today, you are getting information that dealerships rarely say out loud. We are talking about a problem that affects your money, your time, and your safety. Truck owners, listen closely because this message is for you. I am breaking down the newest recall affecting hundreds of thousands of full-size trucks and what you must do to protect yourself and your wallet. This is not rumor. This is not guesswork. This is the real situation behind the scenes and why it matters for regular drivers. Before we go any deeper, I want you to visualize something. You get in your truck, start it up, and instead of seeing your speed, your fuel level, your warning lights, or any of your system information, the entire display is dark. No alerts, no indicators, no data. You are driving with zero visibility into what your truck is doing. That failure is at the center of this recall, and based on how many trucks are affected, this is more common than any manufacturer wants to admit. A viewer recently shared a story that matches the recall perfectly. He said he was driving down the road when the entire instrument screen went dark for about 4 seconds. He said it felt like losing power in the cockpit of an airplane. The next morning, it happened again before he even reached the end of his street. That is when he realized something was seriously wrong. And this is exactly why staying informed matters. You cannot depend on a service writer to walk out from behind the counter and tell you everything, especially when some information costs the dealership time, money, and paperwork. And truck owners are not staying quiet. People are frustrated. One viewer said he feels the company's leadership has completely lost touch with the people who actually buy and depend on these trucks. He said the board looks weak, the accountability is missing, and customers are being left to deal with problems they did not create. Those are not my words. Those are the words of drivers who rely on these trucks for work, towing, family travel, and everyday life. When you are paying real money, sometimes $70,000 or more, you expect quality. You expect support. And when you keep seeing recall after recall, you start questioning whether the decision makers truly understand the impact of these failures. There are also documented owner complaints in publicly published articles. These are not anonymous posts. These are real people using their names, describing their experiences. One owner, named David S., said he regrets buying his full-size truck because the transmission slipped under load and the engine felt weak when he needed power the most. He said he will not buy another one and called the experience disappointing from day one. Another owner, Robert C., described a terrifying moment when his front brakes failed while he was driving. He pressed the pedal and it went straight to the floor. He had almost no stopping power and had to rely on downshifting to get the truck under control. A driver named Alicia M. recorded her truck shaking heavily at idle. She took video proof to the dealership, and even with that, she was told the vibration was normal. She said the shaking was strong enough to make objects move inside the cabin, and a driver named Tim J. reported that his screen froze twice and then went completely black while he was driving. He said it felt like losing the eyes of the vehicle for several seconds at a time. These are serious problems, and they are happening to real owners. When their experiences are combined with the size of this recall, you can understand why trust is fading. Costs are going up, quality is going down, and customers are left to figure things out on their own. It shows everything in one place. At the top is the major recall affecting more than 355,000 trucks, where the dashboard can stay completely dark. Below that are the Bronco and Bronco Sport models with a similar display issue. Further down is the brake problem on certain Super Duty models that triggered a do not drive alert. Then you see electrical failures and display freezes reported on new trucks. After that come the transmission and powertrain complaints drivers like David S. have talked about. And at the bottom are the vibration and drivability problems owners like Alicia M. have captured on video. When you see all of this together, the message is clear. Customers are not getting what they paid for, and they want action instead of statements. This brings us to Ford's CEO, Jim Farley. Farley has said repeatedly that Ford is in a full quality crackdown. He has told employees, suppliers, and dealers that quality issues are unacceptable and must be eliminated. He has said the company needs to earn back customer trust. But while these statements are being made, this massive recall is happening at the same time. And when owners like David S., Robert C., Alicia M., and Tim J. are dealing with safety failures on the road, people are asking an honest question. Are these promises turning into real results for the people driving these trucks right now? This recall is unfolding during the exact period Farley claims he is cleaning things up and customers are watching closely. Here are the facts. More than 355,000 trucks are under recall. The affected models include the newest F-Series and Super Duty line. The problem can cause the digital display to stay dark or go blank when you start the truck. It can flicker, fail to wake up, or shut off while driving. This is a direct safety issue. Here is what happens when you bring your truck in for the recall. This repair does not involve disassembling the dashboard. It is a software update to the instrument panel cluster module. The technician connects diagnostic equipment, checks your current software version, installs the new update, and tests the display to ensure everything is functioning correctly. The entire process usually takes 30 to 45 minutes. You will receive documentation when it is finished, and the repair is completely free. Warranty status does not matter. If your display goes blank while driving, safety comes first. Pull over when you can. Turn on your hazard lights. Remember that you will not have a speedometer, so you may need to estimate your speed based on the traffic flow. Always check your fuel level before driving, because you will not have that information with a dead screen. Document every time the failure happens, because that helps the dealer verify the problem. And never try to reset the screen while driving. Some owners say it returns after shutting the truck off and waiting a few minutes, but that is temporary. The update is the only permanent fix. The reason this matters is simple. Almost every piece of critical information appears on that screen. Your speed, fuel pressure, oil temperature, warning lights, driver assist messages, trailer alerts, and system warnings all depend on it. Without the display, you could overheat, lose oil pressure, or speed without realizing it. You could have a brake issue with no warning. You could have a trailer alert that never appears. That is how serious this failure is. Modern trucks depend on dozens of electronic modules that communicate constantly. If one module wakes up late, sends a corrupted signal, or fails to initialize, the screen can go dark. A single error in that communication cycle can cause the entire display to fail. The update corrects the timing between modules so they initialize in the proper order. It sounds simple on the surface, but that process controls nearly everything happening inside the vehicle. Understanding this makes you a smarter buyer. It helps you spot issues early and ask the right questions. If the display hesitates, flickers, or pauses even once, that is a sign. You ask if the truck has received the updated software. You ask if the recall has been completed. Knowledge saves you money and protects your safety. Truck owners are loyal. They depend on these vehicles every day. When a problem like this appears, it affects work, travel, towing, and daily life. Some of you watching have already experienced a flicker or blackout. Do not ignore it. It is part of the recall, and it needs to be fixed. If the service department tries to delay it, you tell them you saw the notice and you want the software installed. You work hard for your money. You should not have to chase down answers. You should not be put at risk because someone did not take a moment to type your VIN into a computer. This channel exists to protect you from that. We give drivers the information others avoid. We help you keep more money in your pocket, stay informed, and stay ahead of problems before they hit your wallet. If this helped you today, tap the thanks button at the lower right. That support helps keep this channel alive so we can continue bringing regular drivers the truth. If you learned something, hit like, subscribe, and share your experience in the comments. This is Notsofast, helping you stay sharp, stay informed, and avoid getting pushed into repairs you do not need. Okay, until then, I will see you at my next video. Bye.